the whole safety is about having power and choice and control over your own life.
For myself, to be safe makes you a more healthier and happy person. You feel like that you're respected.
Safety to me, it's being able to say no without your heart racing afterwards and being believed.
My voice needs to be heard and for me to feel safe.
The Safer Me, Safer You project was funded by the Commonwealth Department of Social Services, and it was really about trying to empower people with disabilities. I think the Disability Royal Commission was absolutely a watershed moment for Australia.
Like, we heard all of these atrocious things that were happening that anybody in the disability community already knew.
Things like sexual abuse and physical abuse were impacting people, at least 55% of the population.
This project is around social and sexual safety of people with disability across the country. I interviewed over 550 people across the country in regional, rural areas, etc. And almost everybody gave the same response, that that they don't feel safe, when they go to, their doctor, for example, or they're going into a cafe, etc.
It really was very evident that not only is there a general issue within the disability community for safety, but specifically around things like consent and just making sure we have equal access to sexual health rights, sexual rights, relationship rights, and just general social safety.
Safety is such an important concept, but not just sexual safety, but also, protecting yourself from narcissists and predators and things like that. That's absolutely essential. For a lot of people with disability, it's very difficult to do those things.
So I feel like people with disability haven't always been given those clear, accessible ways to understand what consent is, right, and personal boundaries.
And through this, we've created the iStart tool to help organisations, workplaces, individual workers, and anybody that's interested.
We really wanted to have this process where, for Safer Me, Safer You, where it's actually the people that have disability getting to be the voice.
I like the decision making and also presentations about sexuality and violence. Yeah, I like to speak up for those things.
So a project like this, as well as being related to safety and consent, is also about empowering disabled people to be able to have sexual relationships and that is okay.
And it's this really outdated idea in society that people with disability are somehow asexual or childlike. And that mindset doesn't protect people, it actually puts them at a greater risk because it means they're left out of these conversations.
In my past, I experienced quite a lot of abuse because I didn't know how to say no. I could really have benefited from some of this work, saying you have the right to say no, and if you say no, that person needs to stop doing whatever they're doing, and if they don't, you need to talk to the police. But no one told me any of those things, and I thought it was my fault.
I know what it feels like to not feel safe and to carry that with you. Everyone deserves to feel like they matter and that their body and their boundaries are their own.
Finally, we are having conversations about sexual and social safety. Even, I would say, 10 years ago, these conversations weren't had because we weren't seen as someone that would want to go into a romantic relationship or a partnership like that.
There's a bit of an awkwardness about those conversations, and we're trying to break down those barriers of stigma and get people talking. These conversations matter in ways that are hard to explain unless you've lived without them.
I feel like the Safer Me, Safer You project has achieved a lot, and we've achieved a lot over the last few years. but there's still so much more that we can do and we should do.
We're very, very grateful with the way the community has come on board, but that's taken time, and that's what Say For Me, Say For You project's given us.
There needs to be more work in this space, not just for our committee, but it needs to be expanded because it's such a big issue. It's such a big topic. There's so much that needs doing into the future.
I don't think there actually is an end to a program or a project like this. It would be wonderful to think that there could be, because that would mean that we no longer need to have these conversations.
Thank you to everyone, and I hope that people get to hear this and that it helps them, that it shows people with disabilities, hey, you're a good person. You do the best what you can with what you've been given.